And we are live coming from you, Dirty South, Winston-Salem, with my friend Carlos coming from the clean north. I don't know.
I would say at the moment, chilly, brisk north. We're at the brisk north right now.
I woke up this morning. It was freezing down here. Literally, it was like 30 degrees. So it was cold for us going to work. And then I get off of work at like 1 o'clock. And it's like 60 degrees outside, sunny, people wearing shorts. I was like, wow, what a difference a few hours make. So how you been this weekend, Carlos?
Weekend's been good. For the most part, it's been getting back into the working schedule, so head back into the office a little bit. But no, it's been good. I will say Friday was a lot of fun. I think a lot of people caught on to this week's Friday. We had a lot of fun post YouTube Hall of Fame. I think maybe there's a little spike up there because of the way the voting and everything ended up. And I had fun. I already got some feedback. It's like, oh, I love your comments on this. Like, yeah. Listen, I've been told, Scott. I don't know where this rumor started. I've been told I'm opinionated, so I felt compelled to share some thoughts on the whole thing.
What's up, Jeff? Yeah, I watched it on the way home from work today, or listened to it and watched most of it. I watched past that a little bit, because I also wanted to hear what y'all were going to say about the HQ opening down in Atlanta, which I kind of it's just hard to get excited about a card shop opening, because right now that's all it is. Until he shows us otherwise, I kind of feel that's just a big card shop. So.
Well, the thing is, it's always going to look. It's there. There's no. So let me kind of clarify two things. I don't think there's any reason anyone needs to be excited about it. It is new. It is noteworthy. It's discussion worthy. Like, people have different opinions on different parts of it. But yeah, it is just a really big card shop. And even if he succeeds in all the other things, look, to put it this way, it's like taking a car. So here's the analogy I use. It's like taking a car and being like, well, this one's got power windows and air conditioning and heated seats and all these. And I'm like, that's cool, but these inventions all existed. All you did was put them in one car. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. That makes it a nicer car for the person that has the car. But you didn't reinvent the wheel. So there's nothing this card shop can do that is necessarily going to be. Streaming already exists. That is already a thing. Streaming with sports cards already exists. We got Whatnot. We've got all these different. Breaking online already exists. Online marketplaces already exist. So, and card shops already exist. So the reality is there's nothing new in anything he has done. The only thing he did was incorporate, a studio into it, I guess. But studios also exist. All he did was put things that already exist inside of a space together. And even the showcases, because he talked about getting inspiration from card shops in Japan. Well, so then again, those already exist. So we're covered. Like, everything in that store already exists separately. All he did was put the ingredients together, and we'll see if the combination works.
Yeah, and I would even say that some card shops already have a kind of a makeshift studio in it. I mean, Ryan Card Collector 2, he broadcasts out of his studio. He's been doing, or out of his card shop and / office studio or whatever for a couple years now. And I mean, he's just doing it at a bigger location, and I hope he does succeed. I want everybody to succeed.
Yes, I want content too. I agree.
Yeah, and I agree. I with the content for you. Either way, you win. With all the hype of bringing I saw you had Ham on. It was nice seeing him. I see him in chats and stuff. I guess I didn't realize he had a channel. What's his channel name?
It's like Michael Ham.
Is it Michael Ham?
Rather?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, the best. If anybody saw the live stream, I linked to one of his videos in there, so you can click on that. You can click on that, and that'll take you straight. And I also put the little @ thing, so you can click on that and go to his channel, or you can click on the specific video, and either way you'll get it. He goes through a lot of card shows. Like, that's his thing. He likes to go to a lot of card shows, including those situations. So he's very good about that. He's got a ton of show vlogs. A ton.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always like looking at those. Just seeing what if you can't get around, like I said, I had to cancel my trip to Philly in March. My actual immediate boss needed that. Him and his wife is going on a cruise that was short notice cruise, so he got a good deal. So I gave up my weekend so he could have it. Happy boss, happy work life type of deal. So. Right. So I did that, and instead of losing money, I'll make money. So I'll just, there's always going to be card shows to go to. Four Leaf, this, congratulations to the 5 winners. It's Four Leaf who we got here, new Hall of Famer, great person, great guy at a hobby.
Listen, I have no issue with Four Leaf, but what I would have wanted is I wanted us to meet in the middle, and I wanted Four Leaf to still get in on some kind of a tiebreaker technicality. That's what I wanted.
Yeah,
because Scott, the content would have been legendary.
That would have
legendary. That's what I wanted.
Yeah. Got Don, got your friend and yours, John, Weightbox fan.
Weightbox fan, yeah.
Who? Let's see.
I got it in front of me. Jimmy Guns, TJ Mack,
Jimmy Guns.
Yeah.
So TJ Mack, I'm not too familiar with. Guns,
it's good. I would check it out. He does a very good job doing narrative-based stuff. He'll show off some cards, and it'll have a theme. So he'll have the cards, and it'll have a theme of some kind, and I think that works really well.
Okay. I of course I need to, if that many people think he's deserving of being spoken of, you need to check him out at least. So Guns, I think he usually on Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken, does live shows. I'll pop on there. I'll lurk quite a bit where he sells. He usually does it for, has something going on as well. So, it's not a bad class. Happy for all of them. I voted for Don and John. Unlike, let's see. Yeah, so I really think I'm happy with it. As a fake Hall of Famer fame can be, you gotta give me
I love. I'm just listening. I'm sitting here listening to you go through this whole thing, and I'm like, I'm still gonna make fun of this shit. The exact same way I always have. It's like, listen, I would love nothing more. Like, if I could rig this, I would make sure that I'm 6 next year, and 6th the year after that. I never want to get in. I literally, or I want Mike and Jake to literally come up with technicalities. Like, hey, in the bylaws, no Carlos's. I just want to make sure there's a rule. Like, I want a rule.
Like, because y'all were saying, I was watching, you'll get in next year. Not necessarily, because
not automatic. No.
A new crop will be 3 years, and if they have more friends than you have.
Well, Scott, like, I part of the reason it's funny is that I had no reason to believe it would even be that close. Because I'm not sitting there counting. I get the little tags when somebody puts the little thing in there. I'll get the notification that. So I was able to watch somebody. I was able to watch a bunch of them, and that was good. Yeah, exactly. Make it U.S. only. Make it U.S. Look, I want you to add as many rules as you want to make sure I never get in.
Well, here's a guy.
I can be perma-banned on it like the National. I can be perma-banned from it like the National. It'll be fantastic. Do it.
The guy that's sponsoring the like button tonight. So if you
that's right. Yeah, he's saying, what the hell's happening here? You're sponsoring the like button is what's happening right now.
The like button, making sure everybody's hitting it. Yeah, so that's it. And it's always, I love this time of year for the simple fact I listen to everybody grumbling. Then I listen to just the stupid stuff after that. And I got caught up in it, of course, and I talked to you a little bit with Dustin contacting me, and I'm sorry he took it out of context, or not how I meant it, I should say, that he would do something like that. I'm just saying anybody's capable of doing that.
Listen,
So,
I'm going the other way. I lost respect for him. If you're not willing to cheat for this shit, if you're not willing, like Scott, next year my plan is I will find a way. Again, I got three
Guerrero,
options. Either you figure out a way to ban me from this shit. That's step one. That's phase one. We'll go with that's plan A. Plan B is I need some kind of a rule that I can violate because then I'll do it. Or number three, if you refuse to do one or two, I've got my third plan. I will start posting some videos on my other channel, which has been around for longer than a year. And if I can coax it, I'll just start voting for myself, Scott. I will stuff the ballot box myself for myself. So Scott, next year I vote for me. It's like anybody else? No, the rest of you suck. I vote for me and me alone. That's it.
That's funny, Andy. Yeah, and I just want to thank publicly the 16 people that voted for me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. One is sitting here with us. And like I said last week, I feel like I win because people show up to my channel on Sunday night. I got good views for my other stuff. If I miss a day, I get text messages. Where am I at? So I'm a winner. I got friends in a hobby. This is fun. Hopefully some more friends pop in tonight. I sent out quite a few links because, like I said, I didn't have really anything. I've worked. I think I've had one day off in 3 weeks. So just trying to get ahead a little bit. Stay ahead, I should say. What's up, Kamikaze Sports Cards? And I want to, touch on something and talk. So I made a video yesterday and my feelings were kind of let out. Thanks, James. On issues in the sports world and in the world. But it was the Jackie Robinson statue. Carlos has brought it to my attention. It looks like it wasn't as nefarious as we were hoping. It was more that somebody had an OS moment and destroyed it so they wouldn't get caught with the goods.
It just appears. It appears again. We'll wait until the final investigation, but it appeers that it's just good old fashioned thievery.
Right. I mean, a bronze statue. Somebody was trying to make some money off of it. Mm-hmm. So you know what? In this time and age right now, you're kind of like, okay, if that's the case, but you don't want that to happen to anything that's not yours. And I'd rather hear that's the case than what many of us thought going into that. So I just wanted to bring that up too. It did strike a chord, just more on how it was presented to me and the feelings of the people that brought it to me. They not only set it on fire, James, they cut it up and then set it on fire. But you will do that if you don't want it easy to find trace materials or anything to link it back to you. So you do things like that. So and when you panic, people panic when they're in a corner and do dumb things. So they might have needed money. They did something dumb, cut down the statue, knew the heat was on. They probably didn't understand what a statue like that means to people. And when they felt the heat, they got nervous and probably cut it up and burned it. And that's, James, people are hurting. And if that's the case, then, I feel bad for them. But back to better and brighter things where even though there's not much going on this week, I didn't watch anything with the Pro Bowl stuff. I didn't watch dodgeball, flag football. I don't care about the competitions, any of that. Did you watch any of that at all, Carlos, this weekend?
No, not really. Look, it's worse than that, Scott. I actually
Jimmy? Yeah. Okay. Richmond, Virginia. Hey, you're 20 minutes north of where I'm from, Jimmy. All right.
Nice. It's worse than that, Scott. I actually started to make the thumbnail for the Super Bowl post game show and everything. And as I started doing it, I started putting all the pieces together, and then I was going to put the little date on there and everything. And then suddenly I double checked, and I realized it was next week. I was working on that last night, and for some reason in my mind, I thought the Super Bowl was today. So like that, the week felt so long that I completely forgot there was a week off in between. So Scott, to answer your question about the Pro Bowl, I actually thought this week was the Super Bowl in my head. So I was actually a week ahead. I'm in the future right now.
Right.
I am not in the present.
Well, who won? So I can put a bet down.
I'll let you know. Whatever Eric said, go the other way. That's
here's the funniest thing. Talking about old Tay-Tay. We're going to just 1 second.
Eric's favorite? Okay, go on.
Yeah. All I hear is people. I don't hear anything about her at the game. I hear people bitching that she's at the game. That's all I hear about. Yeah. Is why is she there? And I'm just like, oh my God. I hear that all the time. And I'm just like, stop. Just get over it. Wesker Griff, I sent you a link, brother. Come on. Yeah. I was thinking that I kind of wanted to bring up Camp Anson's name in my thoughts yesterday, but you know why? I didn't really need it. NHL All-Star Weekend was pretty good. Who won the $1 million thing in the competition for the skills competition? Do you know?
Yeah,
did they put up $1 million?
You'll have to ask Eric or Jeff or whatever. I don't watch any of the All-Star things anymore. Like, I don't care.
Okay, yeah, because I just saw they put $1 million up, and I was like, that got me interested. I was like, okay.
I get excited about it, but Eric pays more than that per month in like button fees. So, like, that's a pittance. $1 million?
Right. Oh, McDavid did? Well, okay, that makes sense. The one guy didn't need it, he gets it. All right. At least with Pete Alonso was winning the home run contest, he was making like league minimum. He was winning those to win the money. Yeah. So the other night also, so you touched on that. We jumped into the whole the voting for the Hall of Fame, which we have fun with. I want to say it's a fun thing. Yeah, you love it. It makes us all laugh. It's over with. I've heard, some things about maybe some of the older guys, should get in or whatever. And I voted for like Purple GT and some other people too. I thought he was definitely going to get in. Early on, I thought you were. And then all of a sudden, the Carlos votes kind of fell off. And I was like, oh, no. I thought we were going to have some fun with that. But
well, as it is, Scott, we did, because I got to be honest.
Well, I didn't know you were sick. Yeah.
Getting that close makes it more interesting.
Yeah. Poor Eric. What does he think, he gets in by proxy, or?
Well, I think look, Eric at this point will cling on to anything resembling credibility. Right. After his horrendous NHL picks, after his very poor NFL picks, like at this stage, Eric is a Boston Bruins fan. At this point, he will desperately cling on to anything resembling success.
Yeah. Anything. So speaking on that, your
on Eric's persistent failure, go on.
Tuesday, y'all podcast where you're 5% more mature.
5%, yes.
He made the statement that Detroit Lions should get over it in a day, their loss, right? He made that statement. They cried, yes, and they should get over it 24 hours. So Detroit hasn't won in a kabillion years, like anything.
Well, Scott, in this very same podcast you're talking about, I made that point. I said this. I literally used the analogy. It's like they're dying of starvation, and like right, this is a moment, like, oh my God, a meal, and then it was snatched away from them. It was like Lucy right, taking the football away from Charlie Brown. It's like, it's cruel at this stage.
Right, but my point is, here's a guy that lives in New England, where they have won many things in the last 10 years, and I haven't heard him stop crying about Boston's failure last year in the Bruins. I haven't heard him stop talking about New England sucking this year. So get over it.
Scott, if
I give you 24 hours. Get over it.
I understand you correctly. Wait, just so we're clear on this. Are you suggesting hypocrisy?
Yes. Get your cookies.
Well, it could be worse. Listen, it could be worse. I will have you know that I received a message. We got a couple of the last live stream has done very well. Tremendous numbers.
What's up, Stoops?
Good evening, Stoop. But I got a comment, and I'll share it with you now, and I'm going to repeat it later. I'm going to repeat it during the podcast. We're going to have some fun with it, and it was a very valid point. We were talking at one point briefly towards the latter portion of it. I made reference to 7 years ago because they asked me what happened as pertains to what my speech would look like, because Rick was so excited about the concept of my acceptance speech for this illustrious fake Hall of Fame. Right. And I began with 7 years ago. And then Eric said, and the thing is, by that point in the live stream, I'm like watching 3 different things. I'm not really listening. I don't listen really to what Eric says, just to like peel behind the curtain. I don't actually listen to what he says most of the time. But what happened is he said the Emancipation Proclamation. And there was a comment on it earlier today, which was correct. And I quote, "Please let Eric know his fellow Americans are deeply, deeply disappointed. He thought 7 years ago was from the Emancipation Proclamation instead of the Gettysburg Address." Facts. That is true. Normally, I would have fact checked on him, but I wasn't listening.
That got by me too. I didn't realize. Yeah,
I wasn't listening, but one of the listeners was and did leave a comment saying Gettysburg Address. 100% true. That is correct. Well, nice job, Eric.
You said he's pretty much Canadian too in your life.
Oh, listen. There is no more fake American than Bougie Eric. No one has less claim. There are people in Australia who are more American than Bougie Eric. So people in Kenya are closer to being American than Eric.
Right. Another topic. I keep it because another thing was the hockey fine, the box of hockey cards. Is that finished, or how long is that going on with Heritage?
Sorry, repeat that.
The hockey fine, the case of 89 cards tops.
Oh, sorry, you're talking about the 79 O-Pee-Chee?
79, yeah, 79. It was a Peachy, yeah. 79 O-Pee-Chee.
Yeah. That's right. So what happened is, that one is still going on for like 22 days. 21 days, I think. So about 3 weeks. It's a long auction. There's still a long ways to go. Don't blame cookies. You're not getting away with that.
Yeah, because I was kind of like y'all, like, why is it so expensive? The only thing in there is a Gretzky. You're not going to pull a 10. Holy cow. Like, what's up, Mangini? I know that buying a sealed case now is we're collecting sealed boxes for some reason. And that's prestigious to have something that could have a Gretzky 10, but we all know. I didn't even realize it's a Peachy too. I was thinking tops.
Yeah,
but man, there's not a 10 in there, right?
Scott, I think it's the value isn't just knowing there aren't that many cases left. It's the value is it's the contents are actually worth less than the concept of the case itself. That's really where the value is. And it's going to be a rich guy who's going to be able to say, hey, I got a complete case, or I had a complete case. Yeah.
And forgive me, I don't, and I understand what you're saying, because the value in that is there's not a lot out there. Yeah. Bobby said he knew there was more cases out there, but not many.
There are always going to be more. There's some hidden somewhere, but there's not a lot. It's not a ton.
But my whole thing, what's up, Hitman 23? I thought he had a chance to. I thought someone told me you could pull a Gretzky kaboom. I'm retracting my bid.
Andy, for the last time, don't listen to Eric. So remember Scott, do you remember that commercial campaign, Bonos?
Mm-hmm.
I want to start a new one for 2024. Eric does not know everything. Right. Like, there is literally nothing that he knows.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Whatever he says, go the other way.
Right. Yeah. That's what's up, Joel? What's going on? My whole because I was thinking about that, because I've been talking a little bit about even now cards. Like, buying Sapphire, it's almost the boxes don't get open because once they open, the value just collapses on them. You're not getting that money back.
Mm-hmm.
But if you sell it, you're going to get probably more than what you bought it at, especially you bought it firsthand.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what kind of chaps me a little bit. And I feel like picked up my first Patty Mahomes rookie card. Congratulations, Joel.
Hopefully you got a good price on it, but it'll be nice to have. I think his career is off to a great start, and Eric does not know stuff. He doesn't even know that he doesn't know, Scott. That's how bad it is. He doesn't even realize he doesn't know.
Right. I'm just in the hobby for cards. I didn't know we were collecting boxes, and that's all I've been saying for the last few weeks. And I know that's a thing out there now, and it seems to be more and more. Because in the past you could pick up. I mean, when Fleer 89 starts being like $50-$60 a box, there's an issue going on. When you could, before the pandemic, pick it up for $15 to $20 and start a good fire with it. I mean, I just you opened it looking for a Randy Johnson error or a Griffey or something, and went on about your day.
There were box collectors in the past because
I'm sure
Bobby would be really good one to talk about the earlier days of that. It's just the price was less because some of the box guys appreciated that it was tougher because it's not even just having a box; it's a box in nice condition, especially for certain specific issues that got opened already. Mostly, it's not that there isn't more stuff out there; it's just there's less of it out there compared to the cards inside.
Right.
Like you can pick some of the late 70s stuff. You can get 79 tops, commons all day long. A 79 tops, Ozzie Smith rookie. If you want it in nice shape, it's tough. But just one in general, I can go on eBay and buy 100 of them. But a 79 tops box in really nice shape that's actually been untouched, that hasn't been. Yes, they're out there. But the price escalated because the person who wanted one that was untouched, not necessarily to open, it became worth more, the idea of having that box that has been unmolested after all these decades versus one. You're not going to sit there and open, oh man, I'm going to open it up and pull an Ozzie Smith rookie. You probably will, but it's not going to be worth the price of the box. Right. It doesn't matter, even if you pull it.
And that's what I find, because I've heard a statement, oh, once it's open, that's another one gone. I'm fine with that. I just, because I want the contents inside. I feel like we're getting caught up into that because of when COVID, all the prices went up so much. And once you realized you opened it, the price was gone on it. Especially these poor basketball and football collectors, opening up boxes of that, you're just crippling yourself. And that was my only, thought on it. It's not like it's the end of the world. I know people collect, and you collect whatever you want. I'm not saying it's wrong, right, or indifferent. It's just difficult for me to wrap my head around it.
So Scott is judging you, people. He's judging you right now with his eyes.
Oh, nice, dude.
Saying it's not wrong, but I'm judging you.
I'm not judging
so hard. This is not emo Scott. This is judgmental Scott.
It is.
I see what's going on. I see what's going on right now.
It's hard for me to, I don't know. Because I'm so happy with myself. It's been about a month now. I haven't bought a blaster or anything off of the shelf. Buying singles, of course. Got a awesome care package from East Kinetic Sport Cards. Mike Fabian, he's out of control right now. Sending those out to people. And I'll have more on that on Wednesday. But that was watching that. I'm sitting there going, okay, you quoted a price that was like $2 million right now, over $2 million, whatever. And I'm just like, but why? I don't get it. I still don't get it. And I never will. And good luck to whoever buys it. So do you think, what's the ceiling on something like that? I know I probably should talk to Bobby, but what do you think the ceiling is on that?
Well, I genuinely couldn't even hazard a guess because it's really just, again, we passed the point where you had a chance to try to do something if you wanted to open it for that purpose. That isn't to say they won't. Brad was on the chat and he was talking to one person that was in the running, And
Yeah.
their plan was to take a couple of the boxes that are a little bit loose because sometimes the tape gets loose. They're going to take a couple of those and open them, but their intention is actually to make some content with it. So they've got the money, so they clearly don't care. For them, it's they're going to open a couple of boxes, enjoy the process, record it for posterity for their purposes, and probably put it out there somewhere. So that's great. That'll be good for the rest of us to see. And then the other boxes they'll just leave sealed.
Right.
But as an investment thing, like it's a money loser right now, even at the current price point. Like, even if, like I said, you're not going to pull a 10 where you are right now. You're not. Even a couple of 9s and some 8s, like it's not going to be enough. It's not even going to put a dent in it. It'll take the edge off, but that's about it.
Yep. That is just do what I do when there's something I don't like. Bling film.
I think that's legit.
That's a good one. That's okay. I would say give me a thumbs up, but this gentleman can't because he's just an avatar. Oh, Wesker Griff. How you doing, Ed? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, Scott. Carlos, how you doing as well? Thanks for having me on, Scott.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. But I'd like you to explain to me, what are these videos?
Huh?
Read his bottom line underneath his name.
Card video maker.
What is a video? Explain yourself.
All make videos.
I don't make it.
Except you, Carlos. Except you.
I make content.
You make the dreaded C word.
I make content. It is not dreaded. Videos. It is to be embraced. It is the only thing that matters.
And I really enjoyed your last one, Ed, on the non-sports music. Yeah, because I have a couple of Jimi Hendrix and the Doors and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I like this. This is pretty cool. So that was, I need to get with you to find out about some of that off-brand stuff, and that might be a conversation for a national or something. So for another day.
The one company that was at the national this year, they're called Gas Trading Cards. Mm-hmm. They've been doing a lot of musical cards of like alternative acts, bands from the 80s, and a lot of hip hop. They had like Outkast, Wu-Tang Clan, Method Man. So they're getting a lot of different genres of music to have in their products and stuff. But my only problem,
when you say Wu-Tang Clan, that includes Method Man. I just want to let you know.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar. He got his own separate card now.
Yeah,
he got his own separate card.
You might have one with Redman.
It's like when they did one of the Red Hot Chili Peppers too, but then they also gave Flea his own card.
Okay. Yes, I would like that because you brought up, like, I think you showed an Eddie Vedder. Ooh, that would have been that was good.
Yeah, that's from the Argentina rock cards.
Mm-hmm.
But around the YouTube Hall of Fame time, you'll watch ballot videos and people, when they're talking about channels they're voting for, or when they're going over different things that they like saying, I've heard a couple people mention that nobody does non-sports, and I'm like, hello. I kind of do non-sports, been doing it for a while. I was like, I think the problem is that I don't do showcase videos. So I was just like, you know what? I'll do a musical showcase video for once and just throw it out there.
And I I understand what you're saying, but I think the issue is that, and I don't know if you guys have the proper version of YouTube. I've upgraded to the latest version. So what I do is I press a button that filters out video, and I only want to see content. So I'm only interested in good things.
He's got ultra preview.
That's my other problem with this Hall of Fame. They got too many people with fucking videos. Videos are trash. Content is where it's at. Without content, I don't even care. Click it off, delete, all of it. Not interested.
That's the only way I get a YouTube badge, right there. Put it up on my own thing.
Yep.
Let's see here. I still have my banner up from.
Hey, put the patch back.
Oh, you want the patch back?
Yeah, put the patch. Put it right next to Carlos.
He should.
Yeah.
We'll put him in.
So do you think it would be problematic if for some reason next year you don't come to your senses and they don't perma-ban me, as they should? Like the National, they should perma-ban me. But if for some reason they do not, Do you think it would be in bad taste if so Ed, I want to workshop this with you and Scott. So do you think it would be bad taste if I made a video? It's a joke. If I made a video where I found out that the YouTube Sports Car Hall of Fame badges, the patch, it's really hot. So hot, like fire flames hot, and then it winds up somewhere. Do you think that would work out for me? What do you guys think?
After you win one?
No, that's what I'm saying. If they don't come to their senses and they give me the fucking patch, do you think I could make a video where I've got like a fire pit? So I'm working shopping this with you guys. So I got like a fire pit, and then I'm talking about how hot these patches are. So super hot. And then we find out how hot it is with the fire pit. What do you think? And then I hit like the drum. No? Too soon?
I think that would be pretty inglorious. You would that would create a firestorm of your quote unquote content.
Yeah. But
I don't know if the guy that voted for you.
It would both reflect the regard in which I hold it, and also I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean,
Well, the alternative, Scott, if you guys don't like that idea, my alternative is I do what I would actually do. I get the fucking patch and I throw it in a box and I forget about it. It collects dust somewhere because I don't need that shit.
Oh,
I'm completely serious. Like what do you want me to do with this shit? Like I got enough crap in my house. I got to throw this shit out. I got to get rid of it. I'll give it to Eric. That's a great. You know what? You people, you idiots vote for me next year. I want 0 votes. But you idiots vote for me next year. I will give the patch to Eric and he can hang.
You got to put it. I don't know what upside down is, but you put it upside down in a one touch and send it to him.
Yeah, no, I'm not even giving one touch. I'm putting it in a plain white envelope. That shit's going that way. Like,
yeah, but how do you know if you get a patch, how do you know that it's going to get through customs successfully? The Canadian government got to confiscate that patch.
Then somebody there is going to be a YouTube Sports Car Hall of Famer. Good for them. The United States Postal Service belongs in the Hall of Fame as far as I'm concerned. Who sends the packages? They do. So they deserve it.
I want to see that patch on Eric's Kiss Army jacket sewn right on it.
I think that's a sensational idea.
70s style.
Things to look forward to, folks. And I've laid the groundwork now. Long con. We're ready.
What man was one vote away? One vote from having a ruckus started. That would have been great.
It was 5, Scott. It was 5.
Oh, was it 5? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
One
so
spot
basically there was 5 between me and 4Leaf, and then there was 5 between me and Sports Car Collector, Dealer, Investor in that order.
Yeah, and I thought he was going to probably get in too, but I would like to know how they break a tie.
Scott, I wasn't joking. That's what I wanted to know. Ed, we were so dangerously close to finding out if there was a tiebreaker.
There's been a tiebreaker before. It's embarrassing that I know this.
You should be embarrassed.
It's embarrassing that I know this, but there was a tiebreaker in 2019. It was between Tommy Golf and somebody else. I forget who. And Tommy got the final spot because he was on YouTube longer. So to answer your question, the tiebreaker under Baseball Collector was longevity.
Okay.
But who knows what it is with Jake.
I think they should fight it out in cyclocross.
By the way, I'm definitely going to have to get a shower after this live stream because I'm so embarrassed that I knew that. But
you should be embarrassed. That's terrible.
We have the thinking Mike O on.
You're lucky it wasn't the sleeping Mike O.
I kind of thought I'm trying to make a decision. I'm going to put it up to chat. I might put it in a vote thing on my YouTube channel on moving it to 7 o'clock instead of 9. So I can get my, I don't know, or go back to 8. I don't know.
Well, on a Sunday, you kind of have some flexibility. There's really nothing forcing you to be at a 9.
I'm just waiting for YouTube's attorneys to send them a cease and desist letter for hijacking their logo for the patch.
This was the first year that I did not vote in one channel. I did not vote in one.
I don't think Mike got one in
channel.
Mike, did you vote? Did any of your channels get in? 2 of mine got in.
They did not. Maybe next year I'll have to actually do a vote early instead of 5 minutes before the deadline.
Did he even count
After-
yours?
After a lot of bullying, I was told it counted. Yes.
Okay.
Well, you had to do your duty, son. I'm
Yes,
sorry. You had
you
a
are
duty to
victim.
do. Don't bitch about your duty.
Yeah, when it comes to the YouTube Sports Hall of Fame, I think about duty all the time. Sorry, that's not what you meant.
Paul likes this time. Andy got 1 channel in.
Okay, nice.
Which channel? Who did he vote for?
Carlos would have been in if it was a few years ago, back before we
Yeah,
shrunk
the old
hall.
rule was 10. Yeah.
Right.
Even though there's more and more channels and more eligible channels, the hall has gotten smaller.
And Amish Dave would have got in last year if we were going by the old rules.
That's
2
true.
years ago.
I think so.
Well, I still think he got, because I voted for IRP like he asked. So
Well, that was kind of their mistake. Is that I actually think the IRP thing. I get why they're doing that. I'd be good with it. The only thing though is they had to like commit to it. They should have committed to it early if that's what they wanted to do. Because I know they kind of want to kind of lump themselves together because they're both on there. So Steve and Dave both, and it's kind of become their thing. So they like the idea of having it be them collectively, the collective. And it was Dave's idea, so it's kind of still fits under Dave. You'd still be giving him some recognition anyway. But that's
right.
That's it. So Mike, I don't know if you heard the earlier part of the stream. I had some ideas for like a video. If for some reason I did get in future, I had some ideas with a patch and a video. It's a completely original idea, and it's brand new. I don't think it's been tried, as far as I know. And if it did, I'm sure it went over very well. I'm sure people loved it.
I did not catch that, but I'll have to go back and listen to the beginning of this video.
Oh, the synopsis really was is I was going to do a little skit where I had a fire pit, and then I was going to talk about the patch of the Hall of Fame being super hot, and then the rest of it would write itself. I haven't completely workshopped it, but that's kind of the idea I had.
Well, yeah, you gotta do a test audience. I know 2020 tops didn't go over that well in past joking videos.
That's unfortunate.
So I know Ed got a box. Did you get a box, Mike?
I haven't gotten anything yet, but I also haven't checked mail in about 3 days. So
okay, because our man East Coast or East Connecticut sports cards went nuts. Ed, what do you think?
I saw him hook up Brad. I saw Brad post a video.
He sent me a small priority mailbox that I've yet to open. I'm a little scared.
Well, is it ticking?
It's moving.
Oh, and these two. He just went ham. He went ham, as the kids would say 10 years ago.
I had a ham on the live stream. He was there.
Yeah, he was. He was giving some good insights. So, fellas, y'all picked up anything this week or anything of note?
I haven't purchased anything. I got a few really small cards in the mail. And I did before hopping on this live stream after, assuming I wouldn't have been asleep the last 2.5 hours, because every now and then you got to sleep for a couple hours.
Right.
I lost an auction that I was watching. I tossed a bid and lost that. So
was that on eBay or?
Yeah, it was on eBay. Just every now and then, whether you want to make the purchase or not, you're like, I got to at least put in this price because it's something, only comes up once or twice a year. So but I was disciplined today. So I was like, this is the price I'm going to go. If I get it, awesome. If I don't, I don't. I didn't get it. So that's fine.
So Ed, I've been told you don't deal with PWCC. What's the reason for that?
I just will not buy any of their cards from their auction house. Personal preference.
Okay.
After all the drama that went on in 2019.
Yeah, he did hit me.
First off, Ed making these comments. Like, he's so full of crap before 2019. Like, the hobby didn't exist before 2019. before 2020. So you have to. It's a clean slate.
So I know you didn't see it on YouTube.
I know YouTube just started on. Well, I don't know when did the YouTube hobby start? It probably wasn't until what, March or April, like, because it didn't start January 1st, 2020, right?
No. I think right around somewhere. I want to say like March-ish, 2019. There.
It's when a hobby was born.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about this, Orlando. I'm very confused, and
I don't know why Scott is so confused. Eric already said he's in for at least 2.1.
Well,
so that's first, and I topped out at 1.5. That's it. I'm done. 1.5. I'm finished.
So I have a box collector here in front of me. That's on this channel now.
Ed.
Yeah.
Definitely not me. Yeah. I firmly believe there's no such thing as box collectors. There's box speculators. There's no such thing as a box collector.
All I got out of the last conversation prior to this was that I'm on PWCC right now and I'm bidding on shit because Ed told me to.
More power to you. Go ahead.
I was just saying that because they've had quite a bit of music in non-sport on there last few weeks, and but anyway, back to this. $2 million for a case of 7980 Apici, or just was it 79 Apici? I know Apici's numbering is different than Topps for hockey.
The number, the year number is the same, Scott. 7980.
Did they call it 7980?
It's in reference to the season. The season started in 79.
And I thought y'all were saying that they were different. I was confused.
No, the year numbering is the same. It's the exact same thing.
Right. Yeah. I was also, I don't know.
You were high on cookies. That use Eric's excuse. You were high on cookies. It's fine.
Oh, I was high on cookies. Thanks for reminding me about PWCC. I've got some shilling to do. What are you bidding on?
Only vintage, Andy. Only vintage, Andy. Vintage is the only thing that matters.
Only
so find some vintage and just bid it up.
See, Eric says it only says 80.
Again, may I remind you why we don't listen to Eric? I don't care what it says on the box. The year of the brand is still 7980. It can say 19. It can say 2014. It can say when we fucking get flying cars from SGC. I don't care what it says on the box.
Yeah, that was
talking about the year.
Yeah, the SGC thing. I mean that was crazy too. Again, I mean they can't catch everything, so I'm not surprised. And if people are good at what they're doing, I mean, you know, counterfeit money gets passed all the time by banks, you know, and they're supposed to be the experts. So
that's been an issue in the hobby for a very, very long time. I mean, even going back a decade ago here on YouTube, fake patches in cards. That was that was one of the biggest issues in the hobby for a very long time. Still is an issue too. A lot of those cards from that era have a lot of fake patches in them.
Well, when he said that they still authenticated the card, to me, if somebody fake patched that or something or did anything to that patch, then that card should not be authentic anymore. It's not a authentic card. It's
what
not
they do it.
It's still an authentic card.
It's still
altered.
Yeah. It's a legitimate card. It's a legitimate autograph, but the patch was ripped out. The original patch was probably a one color, probably not flashy at all, and they threw a flashy patch in there to get more money. So it is like it's technically it is an authentic card, but it's been altered. With the fake patches.
Which is what it says on the label now. After that's been on the label, it says altered, but then it also says patch swapped or something like that. It literally references what the alteration is.
So Mike, have you got the order? I mean, I'm not asking for. I am asking, but I know you've been waiting a little while for an SGC order, and the reason why I'm asking, it seems like they're getting longer and longer. They're not fulfilling their 5 to 10 days or whatever they were saying on their website.
They're definitely a little behind. I know they had a big month in terms of, well, for them, of course, for volume last month. I reached out about this current order we're waiting on. So in that order, I sent a regular order, and then I also with it sent the Bowman Special. And the Bowman Special, whatever it was, I think it's just my cards. I don't think I had anything from anyone else. That's been done for like 2+ weeks. But I reached out again this past week. And the reason ours is delayed is because we have some unique items and some bigger items that took additional research and also, slabbing the bigger slabs and stuff. So that's my fault and Michael Shane's fault. So hopefully this week.
Well,
but they offered to mail me the Bowman stuff separate. I just said
I was just wondering, and I wasn't, because
I think doing the Bowman Special definitely increases the volume. Whenever they do those modern specials for like $9, it increases the volume. And I do know we sent a few things with a bunch of special instructions and stuff like that. So I'm sure that has pushed us back a little bit.
Computer telling people not to vote for you is not going to.
But I think it'll be interesting to see. Will they do
not even my wonderful video ideas, Rick? Are you sure? I got ideas. Look, no matter what happens, I'll make it work. The content machine will roll on, Ed.
Video.
I don't do videos. I only do content.
Yeah, because I was watching somebody said that it took almost 6 weeks, I think. And I think it was Carlisle on his last video. Am I wrong about that, Carlisle? Or not your last? Your last video is your acceptance speech, but your last.
By the way, I supported his acceptance speech. I thought it was tremendous.
I did too. I thought it was funny and
look, I don't want you guys to get any ideas, but there's a reasonable chance that if for some reason this time next year you vote for me, I may just play Carlisle's acceptance video. That might be the shit you get. Just saying, just throwing it out. Look, I've done something like this before. It's in play. I'm just letting you know. Long con, Ed. Long con.
Eric.
I'll one up you though. I'll one up your alleged patch heat bonfire thing, and next year I'm telling you, I'm gonna.
You're gonna burn an entire Bob Lewis. That seems excessive, Ed.
Next year I'm waiting. I'm going to pull Mike O. Probably vote on the last day, and if it's going to be the same 10 people I vote for, if none of those guys are and you're on that list, Carlos. If none of those guys are even close, I'm going to be the first YouTuber to pull a blank ballot. Not voting for anyone. Protest vote.
Yeah, we got time to plan anarchy. That's all I want.
I mean, every year there's more and more votes. When the because just like Ham said, when the non-collectors, the guys that do the news, the guys that do the breaks, when all of those channels decide they want to get on this, that's going to start a whole new thing. And I've said it before, and that is just going to bring more fun to it. And that'll probably be the end of it, because then the cool kids won't be getting the everything. But you know what I'm saying? It'll be another circle getting it.
What? So now you're saying I have to vote for Dustin. Now you're making me feel bad.
Well, I've said it before. If it's a true Hall of Fame, right? And we're voting
it's
for
not.
I know. Okay. I understand that. But it's like, why, if you really want to say it is, which it's not, but you would vote for Jeff. You would. I mean, Dustin has a point. He has 6,000 subscribers or whatever.
He's got 20,000.
Or does he have 20,000? Yeah.
20,000.
So, yeah. So, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, If you
Well, I think
play
though
the
the
numbers
comps.
game.
Look. I always joke that Bob Lewis is the Harold Baines of the YouTube Hall of Fame, but if Dustin was to get in, he would actually be the Harold Baines. He's an accumulator.
Right.
Because he's got 20,000 subscribers. That's true, but it's because he's made 47,000 videos. Like,
Right.
and so look, I made the joke on the live stream, but I'm not completely joking. Like, I'm actually completely serious. I was talking to Ham when we were talking about it. I just said, it's like, okay, I know Dustin makes a billion videos. I'm aware of that. But I said, can you remember one?
Yeah.
I go, what's your favorite? What's your favorite one?
Yeah, I heard you asking that.
No, but it's, by the way, my point isn't the individual videos get good views. The individual videos get good views, but it's like the daily newspaper. You go, you read through it, and when you're done, you throw it out. It's disposable. You forgot about it.
Right.
That video,
Tabloid
you're not going to
magazine?
watch it tomorrow. Was that?
You're comparing it to a tabloid magazine then.
Sure. But the point is that you're not going to look at it tomorrow. No matter what, you're not going to go back to it. There's no reason to. There is no
Right.
substance to it to make you.
Yeah, we moved
Whereas
on.
people try to lump him and Neo together. But here's the thing. To Neo's credit, there is the odd video where it's an opinion piece. He'll actually give an opinion on something. And whether you agree with him or disagree with him, you can potentially go back to it later and look at it and see how you feel about that opinion because it's on a topic. Or he'll open up some boxes or something. There you go. You want to watch a box break? He does break some stuff on there. So at least there's some videos that you could potentially watch a week or two later, a month later, and there you go. Maybe you get something out of it, maybe you don't. But the point is that with the Dustin's model is make a video basically every day, pick a news topic, pick a reaction. In his reaction videos, this is a critique. The reaction videos are not the kind of reaction videos I like. Some of my reaction videos are longer than the original video they did because I play the whole thing and then I make fun of shit all the way through. He literally just summarizes it in like a minute and then plays a couple of clips, plays a meme, and calls it a day.
He takes your reaction video and reacts to that.
Yeah. He doesn't even, he just plays like a clip of it, like a 10-second clip. So I'm sitting there like, this is get Alf or Frank or whoever to do some more work and edit a longer video. If you're going to do a reaction video, actually react to something. Don't just give me a summary. I don't need you for that. The summary I could write on one side of a Post-it note.
So he pays an editor?
No.
Oh, I'll get ready.
Have you actually watched that shit? Like,
I'll get ready. He pays an editor.
I know he's got 456 sponsors, but what editor is going to do that? What editor would put his name on that?
I don't know. I was like, what? I'm not. Hey, Dustin, I'm not making fun of you. I just was saying.
I am. I totally am. 100% am. And Scott is totally allowing this. He's the host. He could have stopped me. Ed, he could have stopped me.
I remember the
Did
one
he stop me?
Dustin
He did
made
not
the
stop me.
thumbnail with a stupid look on his face.
That one, yeah, exactly. Very memorable. Very
That
unique.
one. Yeah. I mean, he knows his niche. You got to give it to him. I mean, he knows his niche. I can't figure out mine yet. So just everybody hanging there with me. One of these days, I'll get something to hit.
I think you should review My Chemical Romance albums. I think that'll work.
Yeah, probably not. But anyway, I did used to own a few. Had to get rid of it. I didn't have the space.
I think Emo Scott reviews is the thing. I think that would work great.
So, Mike, when does the new tops come out? Is it Valentine's Day?
Happy Valentine's Day.
I thought that's when it was. And you and Papa O going to be busting quite a bit of it, or?
I've got 5 cases on pre-order, so I would say that's a yes.
Oh my god.
Dang. Okay.
Don't post any videos because a bunch of people will be bitching and moaning that you're posting tops videos on flagship day.
I'm thinking of every single pack doing their own video and having a paid sponsorship on everyone for people who want to be elected to the 2025 YouTube Hall of Fame.
That's thinking. That is thinking. But, yes, Emo Scott rebrand. I hear you, Paul.
I don't care that Mike's in. I want to vote for him now again. Can we put Mike O in a second time? Because that was the most sensational idea I've ever heard.
Well, you do have other channels, Mike. Just start one of those up, right?
I do. They're on very extended breaks. But
Actually, that's correct. Mike does have 3 other channels, I think.
Yeah. All you gotta do is just make one video and you're good. You're back on schedule as long as you didn't take the other ones down.
Oh, that might be a better idea than the blank ballot vote for 3 of Micah's.
It had nothing to do with cards.
Well, Ed, Jed, before you came on, we were joking about it earlier, where I said there's 3 scenarios I want for 2025. Scenario 1, they just finally get together and just come up with a rule that permabans me. That's 1. Number 2, a bunch of other channels like Dustin's channel finally figure out how to stuff the ballot box and cheat. That would work for me. Or number 3, I will cheat and I'll just vote for myself. And I'll use my own channels, and I'll basically just stuff the ballot box for myself. It'll be like 800 votes, 799 of them for Carlos. How? Bunch of extra channels.
Well, you have the other channel. You can have that channel at least give you 1 vote for your channel.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
wait a minute.
What?
I think, Mike, could you vote on all if you posted a ballot video on all your different channels? Couldn't those technically be counted?
I haven't.
Ed, there's literally no rules.
I feel like Ed's trying to find a way to get me kicked out.
I'm trying to
wouldn't be the
I'm
worst.
trying to figure out why Moynihan hasn't placed votes on his channel and Bench Clear.
So look, in all seriousness, it's that I don't think they ever thought about the implications of leaving the rules so loose for the longest time. They've never established. I've literally joked about this on the live stream. There is no rule that says you cannot vote for yourself. 0 rules. And there's also no rule that says you cannot vote for yourself on multiple channels, let alone 1. So there is no reason that you couldn't do that because they have never put a rule in place for it. They left it. The only rule was channel must be doing, I guess, sports card related content for at least a year. You can have a vote.
And you only got to do 1 video in that year to be
technically, yes.
1 year.
Yeah.
So then technically Mike O could vote on his 4 other channels.
Right. All he's got to do is just go in there and make one video about cards, and then they're all sports card videos.
So Ghostbuster Mike O baseball card vlog.
Okay, I forgot about that channel.
Mike O's farming channel.
Yeah, it was never a farming channel.
Can I vote for the farming channel?
That has probably got some of my best looking videos on it.
I see.
Well, what channel is that, dude?
It's not farming. It's just the regular Mike O videos. But I have that's where I have a lot of like the drone video stuff like that back in the day. I don't know. It's getting close to 3 years. Maybe I might be getting kicked off the ballot.
Well, that's okay. You can always go with my original intention was I said I wanted to get, Bob Lewis kicked out. I wanted to get him impeached from the Hall of Fame. I didn't say y'all couldn't vote him back in after that. But first we get him impeached. Impeach this man. Get him out. And then if you want to vote him back in, well then, there's also no rule saying he can't get voted back in. We could do this every year. It'd be fantastic. As many times as it takes.
Yeah. The looseness of the rules. I wait for something to happen, and it puts a halt to everything.
I'm working on it.
Everybody wants to see the Mike Farming channel. I don't care if you don't have one. You got to have one.
Now you want one to exist. And Mike, if you did have a farming channel, there is a Brett Favre card where he's driving a lawnmower, but it says tractor. So we're already we're already underway.
Oh, there's definitely tractor videos on that channel.
Hey, and if you wear God knows t-shirt while you're driving it,
I was literally Scott. You're picking up what I was about to pick up there. So basically, Mike, if you've got tractors, all you need is a little Jesus. If you can add some more Jesus to it,
yes,
you, my friend, can have yourself your very own cardboard chasing channel.
What's up, Nicholas?
Oh, I see where you're going with that.
Mm-hmm.
You could be,
and this has become a subversive live stream now. This has become how can we mess with these people?
If that cardboard runs away from you, then you can chase it.
Ooh. The good news is if you do that, I think you can build up enough credibility where you can probably sell some of your very legitimate autographs of various professional wrestlers. And a Ty Cobb. You can get yourself a Ty Cobb card. That one did not pass authentication, by the way, for the people who are getting my reference.
Yes. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, that would be a great and I mean up at the hunting lodge.
The house.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it that you misled me.
I would call it a ranch. I would call it a ranch.
It would be almost a ranch. Yeah.
The original ranch.
Yeah.
Edward, I think a plan is coming together is what I'm hearing.
That's right. That's right.
By the way, in all seriousness, what would be the bigger controversy? Burning the patch or the blank ballot? I don't know, man. Some people
Burning
would get
Man, this channel I'm looking at because I haven't looked at it in a while. This is my better channel. I might jump ship. The hell with the sports card channel.
do one sports.
I got
on there.
the disking deer plot videos got 39,000 views.
Nice.
Another one with the tractor 33.
Ooh.
I'm at least
Deep-
20
deep-
of those views.
Deep sea fishing 14,000. Drone capturing the tractor baling hay
You have a drone?
10,000.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, well, I haven't used it in a couple of years, so I probably need
How
to
do you not
replace part
use
of
it like every day? It's got a camera on it?
Yeah. Scott never
I'm go-
checked out this channel.
I'm going to drop some YouTube history on you, Scott. Well, you ready for some YouTube history?
Yeah, give it to me.
Mike, when Mike first started, he had like drone footage all of Trenton, New Jersey. And he was contacted by several rappers in Trenton, New Jersey who wanted to use his footage for their music video. Mike gave them permission. So in a way, Mike O has credit in the Trenton rap scene.
Sensational. I love it.
This is true.
See, Scott,
Oh
this
my God.
conversation has led me down a line of thinking. Scott, you know what I think I need to do? You know what the play is going forward? This actually came for me on Amazon this week. 2 Blu-rays. I'm back, baby. Fuck the sports cards. I'm out. We're going black to Blu-ray. Let's go. I got way more views on those videos. I'm just saying.
Orlando said that's a cool story.
Mike O's got legitimate credit in the Trenton rap scene.
He's got the cred. I did not know. We need to take that to the national and fly it around inside and take some video.
Yeah, I feel like that's been frowned upon in recent years, but
We've been discussing this entire live stream has been discussing things that would be frowned upon.
So that speaking of the national, Ed, you
where the
you
hell's your
spoke-
video? I'm trying to find your damn video right now.
You
Oh,
took
I'm on a
footage of
different
the
channel.
2016 National.
Here, Big Scott 35. Maybe you might gain a few subscribers this minute.
Sweet. I have 14 different subs from Mike, just from Mike's
There
channel.
you go.
So
I just
over
subscribed to
1,000.
you.
Ooh, hold on a second.
So Ed, you're telling me that the hotel situation in Cleveland is about equal to Atlantic City? Is that what you're saying? See, Sanderson or otherwise known as Eric Bougie.
Hit the like button. He'll pay for it, even if he's gone.
Ed
left.
Ed left.
He's done.
Oh,
He didn't
he's
like
on-
you.
he's
He didn't
muted.
like you revealing.
Yeah.
Members
probably
of the
why-
Trenton rap scene showed up at my door, so I got to bounce.
You might have also want to stay on for the, let people know what happened.
So you're telling us that he's leaving again. Hold on.
He's not giving your live stream the gravitas it needs, Scott.
Man, I got target practice videos. Holy shit, man. I forgot about all this stuff. I kind of want to go back to I wish I had time to make all these videos again.
Maybe you got to start combining videos. That's the play.
I'm expecting my viewership just to skyrocket after this.
Oh,
Are you
playing the video?
are you in the boat? Where are you at?
I'm freaking filming stuff.
Oh, this is down there by your house.
Yeah, this is the lake you didn't go down and see. It was also miserable and raining and pretty cold.
Like, it was cold and rainy. What did you want me to do? We drove by it. You showed me.
Now this is content.
Scott, yes, it's called good. This is good. The card videos are trash. Content, excellent. This is finally something worthwhile.
This is back when I did make some of the card videos and the vlogs, like the national stuff, where I actually made like videos that I spent time editing, which I've obviously since retired from. Now people are like, "Oh, this guy shows a bunch of bullshit Phillies cards."
So
back when I used to show different cards.
When you drove to the National, you made some awesome compilation videos.
Yeah, that was. But I used to do it. I used to. For a few of those nationals, I brought like actual good camera, not just my phone. And I think I even had a GoPro with me one year, and then I'd go home and edit all that stuff together.
You know what's funny, Scott? Since we kind of brought it up, I'll touch on a topic that I'm probably going to make a video about it later, but I'll give you kind of the starting point of it. I've had a little bit of fun with the fact that this year, I made a decent amount of videos so far this year, but pretty much all of them, most of them, have been some combination of live streams of the podcast. There haven't been too many standalone videos this year. And it's not because I haven't had ideas or even time has been a little tighter, but that isn't the reason why. The reason why is that honestly, I kept starting up the idea, I'll do a video on this. And then I'm like, I already did a video on that. I already did a video on that. I already did a video on that. All the kind of more evergreen general topic stuff. It's like, I feel like I've already done a video on it. And I'm like, well, I agree with Carlos from the past. So I don't really need to make the video a second time or a third time. And like, I've talked about this already. So I've got to find myself in a rut. Like, what do I need to like? The live streams and the podcasts are great because stuff happens. And then I can kind of play off of that and riff off of it. But I'm struggling a little bit to do the standalone videos the way I was doing before.
Andy says you just mailing it in now. You made the haul. After that, it's easy sales.
It's like Anthony Rendon gets the big payday and just gives up.
Now he just chokes people in the stands.
What a bum, dude. He is the biggest bum in baseball.
I don't know. I think Wander or Reyes might be bigger, but I mean,
well, we're talking about
Wander technically isn't playing baseball, Scott.
Yeah, he's out.
He's retired.
Well, so is
not
Reyes,
by his choice, but he's retired.
But those are the contracts where I'll hear people like even Pujols, right? His contract with the Angels not ultimately good because he really was never even close to the same player. But he put up some numbers. He played games. I'm sure he brought out some fans. He probably had a couple all-star seasons, but ultimately, by the end, the Angels are paying $35 million, for a guy who was kind of an average player at that point. Yeah. Well, but at least he played it out, right? And then you've had that with a bunch of players, but then you have these contracts like Anthony Rendon, where the guy literally plays 30 games a year. He doesn't play well and just locked in all this money.
So the rumor is too that Phillies are looking in on Bellinger.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, who knows? It's definitely possible. Dave Dombrowski's never had a quiet off season except for this one. Even this year, they did spend a couple $100 million on Aaron Nola. But when you re-sign one of your own players, it doesn't feel like an addition, right? Even though theoretically it is because he was off the team. He was a free agent, could have signed anywhere. But in the last couple years, because they've been a big spending franchise and they're one of the top 6 payrolls, they have been getting used by agents a lot. So I'm not saying it's impossible they don't add someone, but I feel like their name gets thrown out there a lot to try and, generate interest. Because it really kind of doesn't make sense in a way.
Right. So I did.
It's more likely they'd sign a pitcher, I would think.
I know both of y'all were late to the show and not going to the Philly show. My immediate boss needs that weekend off, so I kind of got odd man out. So that'll push us to another time. But it's typing now. He's not talking. He's typing. I don't know what he's doing. But
yeah, I wanted to hear what Ed's current plan was. I know last year his goal was to stay under the boardwalk or 2 years ago in Atlantic City. And that kind of fell through on him and he had to get a hotel.
Well,
and then,
I wanted to hear
last year he wanted to hang out with the beehive in the bathroom. So I don't know.
Right.
This year he's planning on staying in the ghetto of area of Cleveland. I don't know.
Saying like all of them, he said one was worse than the next one, and I'm like, dude, just you have a house you can stay in. I don't for cheaper. I don't understand what you have your own bed, so I don't get it. So
Scott, if he stays with you guys though, he won't be able to sneak off and he's right now. He's typing. He's typing in the chat, but he's also typing Cap Anson living relatives. Like he's trying to find people to attack. So he needs to be able to slip off without y'all seeing. He needs plausible deniability. You cannot be witnesses to him slicking off in the middle of the night to go and attack some Cap Anson relative that has no idea he's coming.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because I'm trying to figure it out. You know, we got a grill, we got a pool table. As much
You're
as
trying to figure out Ed Westergriff out.
Like the worst case scenario is if we run out of beds, you sleep on the pool table. Like it's a good flat surface.
I'm bringing, Papa Scott's going to bring the inflatable, the queen size inflatable mattress. So, we're going to have sleeping arrangements. So I told him I'd make sure Dave doesn't snore in his face. So he asked me if that was a threat.
Scott will regret this decision to make this promise.
Well, Dave's only can stay a couple of nights. So anyway, so we got to figure something out. But I think we're going to end it on that. We're I don't think we talked about cards much. Sports.
Well, Scott, I actually posed like I got thought about the content thing. Mike O is now a Hall of Famer, so he's given up. That's fine. Ed basically is trying to make murder plans at Cap Anson family members. I understand he's busy. He's busy right now.
Maybe that's how you open a spot in the Hall of Fame, though. If Ed gets tossed due to character clause issues after committing
morality,
homicide,
do we need to first institute a character clause?
Like, do they? Yeah, you would have to retroactively add one. But like, do you get to
and then we
replace that person who gets kicked out?
Well, if we use character clause, though, doesn't everybody get kicked out? Have you seen the cast of characters that are in there?
No doubt.
Well, probably.
I think one of them is dead. The name escapes me. So I think he can stay, but the rest of them would be out.
This is true. This is true. But anyway, until next time, before Carlos gets me canceled.
I was so close. I was so close, y'all. I was trying.
We will see y'all.
See ya.
Ed can't